One of the worst things you can do when building a bond, relationship, friendship, or anything like that is ignoring red flags. One thing about people is people like to hide things, but when hiding things, you reveal a lot about who you are. Sometimes they don't hide them, sometimes we just oblivious. But I've had experiences where I've seen red flags in people, and I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, which is not the smartest thing, but it's the reason why many good people get betrayed. But anyways, people are going to show you who they are. When they do, believe them. Now, when I say that, I don't want you to determine somebody's value off a simple mistake. Some people do make mistakes, but they actually do better. They actually do right by you or whoever they wronged. And that's a good person. Nobody's inherently bad. So people are going to make mistakes. Simple mistakes aren't just red flags. Red flags are those indicators that let you know when you need to slow down, when you need to stop, when you need to really assess the situation. For example, I was in this little situationship, and I almost made it my pride and joy to overlook red flags because I caught myself trying to save a person. And when they would act certain ways and say certain things, I would ignore it because of their past traumas and all these things, right? So I remember the first time we got in an argument, first time we got in a disagreement. I don't like to argue. Um, this lady talked to me like a street dog. And instead of me realizing that that was a red flag, instead of me realizing that that was disrespect, I was like, damn, for this sweet person to talk like this, to say things like that, she must really be hurt. Now, granted, I didn't do anything. It was because I had old posts on my social medias, on my TikTok, and it was girls commenting under it. YouTube the same way. I mean, I created the content. I took responsibility for it anyway. Accountability always. But I didn't do anything. So, like I said, I got talked to like a dog. And instead of me realizing that was disrespect, that was a red flag, I was like, damn, she must really be hurt. So I catered to her. And what I was doing was praising her. I didn't realize that I was praising her behavior. If I act out like this, if I present a red flag, Shimon proceeds through the stoplight and gets hit. Cool beans. That's what we not realizing. Those red flags, they are telling you something. Just like a stoplight. Stoplight turns red. When it turns red, you stop so the other cars can go. Because if you just proceed through the stoplight, you get hit. And then it turns green again so you can get up out of there and move on. But if a stoplight is broken and it stays red, what happens? It turns into a stop sign. Even if it doesn't give you an indicator to go, when a stoplight breaks, you treat it as a stop sign. One person proceed, then you proceed, then the other person proceed, then the other person proceed. But if you sit there at that stoplight just waiting for it to turn green when it's broken, who's at fault? Who's at fault? Now, I've been there before. Like I said, I've been there before, overlooking red flags in relationships and friendships. And crazy enough, the same person that I'm, talking about, I met somebody through them and they presented red flags to me, also a friend. Understand? And I said, you know what? That's just the old them. That's just that. That's just that. No, 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 no. People do change, but at the core, people are who they are. And they're just waiting for an opportunity to be who they are. And I met a friend. I thought this was, a solid dude. I don't know why I did. I guess everything was dressed up pretty nicely. But in all these stories I would hear, in all these conversations, I would hear all that slimy and griminess come out. And sometimes, dude would even be proud of it. I gave it the benefit of the doubt, though. That's the old him. At least he's talking about it. Respect, respect, right? Some things unforgivable, by the way. But, like I said, it was just a whole bunch of grimy sliminess. It was a whole bunch of snakes revealing themselves. And I was just like, well, maybe it is a snake, but at least the snake is letting you know it's a snake. It's not using the art of deception. So there got to be some realness to that, right? Well, I thought that until I got snaked. I said, you know what? It's cool. It's cool. Not in a pushover type of way. I can get petty. You know what I'm saying? I can get petty. I might ignore red flags, but I don't forget them. And if you do something to me, I'm gonna get you back. Some way, somehow. I like the mind games. But regardless, getting back to the point. These people showed me who they were very early on. Showed me who they were multiple times. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. At that point, it's nobody's fault but mine. And the reason why a bunch of people get betrayed is because they put these expectations on people, good, bad, and ugly. You meet a person just because y'all had the perfect handshake. Man, it's my brother. He the most loyal dude ever. We got the crispiest handshake. You gonna get hurt. You meet a girl. She gonna never leave me. She gonna never do this. You meet a dude. He the best dude ever. He gonna always take care of me. Stop putting them expectations on people. You doing that to yourself. Allow people to be who they are. You meet a person, okay, cool. Nobody's inherently bad. Your actions determine the quality of who you are, right? So you meet a person, allow them to be who they are. If you see something moving in the grass, don't assume it's a snake. Now be cautious that something can't hurt you, but let it show itself. It might be a little puppy. It might be a little kitten. Now, if it's a snake, handle it accordingly. But people the same way. Allow people to be who they are. When they bite you, when they snake you, when they cross you, believe them. Believe them. Like I said, everything is forgivable except for some things. And if you know me, y'all been here longer than you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some things, some people don't deserve to be here. But anyways, allow people to show themselves and believe who they are, because people are going to show their true colors. And I don't like to get in disagreements. I don't like to, fuss and fight, especially with my partners or my friends. But when things get rough, that is when you see who people are. When things get a little shady, that's when you see who people are. Stop communicating with people. Stop reaching out for people a couple days and see who they are. Go broke and see who people are. Go through a little mental problem and see who people are. And when they show you that, please believe them. Because if you don't, you're not doing nothing but harming yourself. And I'm speaking from experience. Ignoring red flags, overlooking things, giving people the benefit of the doubt way too many times will ruin friendships, relationships, situationships, mixolation ips, yapparation trips. It'll ruin everything. But it messes up, man. It can mess you up. And also, to end that note, a lot of times we go through things with people, and when things are over, we're always looking for that closure. We're always looking for the answers to why things happen. But I think it's pretty simple. The closure that you need lies in the actions that you refuse to acknowledge. Somebody has done this to you over and over and over and over and over. Now things are over, and you wondering why things happen. And I'm guilty of this too. I've been, around people, been connected with people, that every time they got upset, I got blocked. Every time they got upset, they ran away. Every time something happened, they disappeared. They try to piss me off. They try to, And then when the big bang comes, I'm wondering why. Buddy, you've seen the patterns every time. Every time. People go buy a Hellcat, go push the pedal to the metal, and it spins out on dry ground, and then wonder why they wrecked the car with no traction control while it was raining, while stepping on the gas, pedal to the metal. Surprise? Something that lost traction in a dry environment by you either halfway stepping on the power or stepping all the way on the power. You think it's not gonna lose traction when you turn traction control off and hit pedal to metal on wet road? Now some people out there may be like, well, that's just a dummy. Well, you do it too. People have proven to you, me as well, have proven to us who they are. But we still proceed. We take our traction control off and we put the pedal to the metal. We put all our time and money and energy into them just to get slapped in the face. Just to wonder, how did this all happen? Come on. But I digress. You know, it's a good morning, man. What is today? Today is the day of the day. It's 8:04 a.m. That's gonna be a good day, man. So, if you're listening to this, have a good day. Whatever it takes for you to have a good day, go do it. Unless it requires something illegal. But also remember, it's only illegal if you get caught. I love you. Take care of yourself. And don't stay at that red light too long. You'll be late to work. Ciao.